What's going on, guys? It's 9 o'clock here, my time, Wisconsin. Ooh, ooh. Still Halloween. 9 o'clock. Whoa, let me shut this off. Please read the video description for those that are gonna hop on right now, or hop on. At least leave. I know. Here you go. I'll do this. What's going on? All right. What? Hopefully I didn't sell euro. I actually did sell euro. You didn't see euro drop back? I wonder if I should talk about. You know what? No. I'll talk about. I'll talk about what I was gonna talk about. Yeah, you can get it if you want to see what the trades are right now. Obviously, the pound ain't really doing much for me, but that's all right. It is what it is. But that New Zealand was pretty awesome though. On the New Zealand spike, this is what I got. So hopefully you guys saw that what happened to New Zealand. So first things first, the two major questions that's been highly anticipated from me. Yeah, that's been highly anticipated for me that I wanna re-explain, reevaluate, and somehow I want to be able to somehow I want to be able to simplify this so you guys can understand the way I trade, and stacking trades will be the first thing I'll talk about, and then trading high red news when there's really high volatility. Before Tokyo sessions, I always look at 1 hour. Any session, you always want to look an hour ahead, whether it's London, New York, or Tokyo. I don't care about Sydney. Prices are pretty high. It's the first thing you should look at. Pre-analyze and predetermine your charts, your analysis, and figuring out where if the trend might reverse, and if there's any red news during those sessions. So We already see what has happened from New York sessions and up until now. US dollar is gaining a lot of momentum before the Fed is speaking tomorrow for the interest rate decision and the monetary policy meeting. I am predicting to sell that when the FOMC is going to be speaking tomorrow. You guys don't have to follow me on what I'm going to be doing, but that's what I plan on doing for tomorrow, is selling US dollar. So first things first is stacking the trade positions. I always try to stack trades within the first hour or two of the session, because that's the first 2 hours. The first 2 hours of the session is very volatile. You should start seeing the volatility within the first 2 hours of the session. It is never like in between, unless it's like back-to-back news. With that, if you look at New York sessions, there's always red news or any sort of any news events like around 7:30 or 8:30 Eastern time. So that's pretty important to pay attention to. So with stacking trades, like I said, I always try to stack trades on the trend versus just trying to stack trades because I feel like stacking trades. So if you're stacking trades, what do I want to say here? You want to make sure it's a reasonable amount of stacking position, a reasonable amount of positions, and how much you want to risk in your account. You know, my leverage is only 300 to 1, and on the LQDFX ECN account, and so it's pretty hard to stack. I don't know how much more I can stack. Well, I can stack some more if I want to, but I'm not going to. The biggest thing is get ready for tomorrow. So always make sure that if you're going to trade, what's up? Always make sure that if you're going to trade, let's see, I don't want to say this. Yeah, I kind of came unprepared because these questions were being asked. Oh man, constantly, every day. It was constantly every day being asked about this, and I'm just trying to make it more simplified to you guys so you guys can understand it more. Stacking positions, I always try to stack positions following the trend, and I never try to go against the trend. I always try to stack positions within the first 2 hours of the session, so I can write it out for the end of I can write it out to the end of the session, and then see if I want to write it out for the next session, and see if I want to keep going for the next session and the next session, and then eventually it turns out to be a day, and it turned out to be 2 days and 3 days. So judging off of what you want to stack positions on, you should know your favorite currency pairs that you want to trade. Oh, the penguin? I know, man. I just got this guy today. So this thing actually massages my back. It's got a little thing in this penguin. I don't know, it's inside the head. I don't know what it does, but moves up and down. So happy feet. Now, like I said, I really don't know how to really explain stacking position, because once you start stacking, I'm not gonna lie, you'll start getting addicted to stacking positions. What broker? Here. Whoops, wrong one. Thought I had it. Sorry, hang on. Hurry up, hurry up. My computer is not working out right now. That penguin, yeah, penguin's helping me out. Plus, I got like the purple mattress seat cushion too. You should definitely get that. That thing works. Yeah, once you start stacking positions, you'll start figuring out, well, how long you want to project the trend and how long you want to follow the trend when you stack positions. Yeah, the first 2 hours. The first 2 hours, if you look at the first 2 hours of Tokyo or the first 2 hours of London, okay, let's look at this. The first 2 hours of Tokyo session for my time, Central Time, is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. 7 p.m. is pretty crucial because for me, I noticed that the US dollar index market doesn't open back up till 7 p.m. So I don't know how, if anyone has ever looked into the US dollar index market, but it doesn't, it does revolve 24 hours. But on the trading session, it doesn't, it closes at when New York closes and then doesn't reopen until a couple hours later. Like gold closes exactly at 4 p.m. my time, and then gold market doesn't open until 5 p.m. So that's pretty crucial, and that's the reason why the spreads are high around that time until Tokyo opens, and then the spreads get smaller. So, and if you were trading 2 hours ago, you saw a lot of momentum and a lot of volatility. So right now the US dollar index is still up. I have not seen it going back down yet. That's why I'm predicting that if the US dollar is going to rise up tonight, it's going to drop tomorrow for the Fed speech and the interest rate and the monetary policy statement. Now, I hope what I said about stacking trades makes sense. If it doesn't, I can try to re-explain it. Like I said, yeah, you want to stack. If you want to actually just keep stacking, I just try to stack every 5 to 10 pips. If not, if you want to make it closer, then it's every 2 to 3 pips. It's crazy. Once you start stacking, I'm not gonna lie to you, you start getting addicted to it, and so be careful the amount of leverage you have and the amount of free margins that you can cover. So on a small account, you want to be careful about that because if it goes against your way, then you end up going negative for a while. So it's on you. Yeah, I always try to stack positions within the first hour of the session. So Tokyo collides with London that last hour. Okay, so when Sydney, if you're on your time zone, if you look at Sydney sessions, I'm just basing off of Central Time here. So off of my Central Time, 1 a.m. Sydney session closes. That 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. is that hour by itself is Tokyo sessions. There's a lot of volatility because there's a lot of anticipation before London opens. So since it's just Tokyo, then there's a lot of, I don't want to say it. I'll just say it's a lot of volatility. And then you start seeing that, and then when London opens and there's more volatility, and then you wanna usually the hour before London, it never follows. I haven't seen it really follow when London opens because when London opens, it's the last hour of Tokyo session. So that's why there's so much volatility. So within that first hour of London, then you're back to high volatility trading. Let's see. I don't know if there's any red news for tonight here in London, so I think the only red news that would be worth paying attention to would be the 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. An hour before for the pound. So let's see. I'm trying to see what else about stacking positions. Usually, if I'm like I said, if you're stacking positions and you're following the trend, that's the only easiest way I can say it. You don't just stack positions because there's a news release coming. You don't ever want to do that. So I don't know. I hope what I said makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I'll try to reiterate, make it more simple than it is. Yeah, I don't know how much more simple can it get. Man, this vodka is pretty good. You guys want some vodka? It's good stuff. No, I'm just kidding. So with trading high volume news, high red news, I try to explain it so many times. I don't know how to explain it. Trading, yeah, it's just water. Trading high red news. For those of you that I'll show you guys what I did with New Zealand, and I'll show you how much profit I caught in New Zealand on that spike, and I'll show you what I pay attention to on that New Zealand chart. Okay, so for those of you that just got on, I'll show you what I caught on that spike here. So now I'm gonna get on the trading view here, and I'm gonna share my chart and explain it one more time to all you guys here on what happened to New Zealand and what to look for. So what's my what? I do not set stop losses or take profit. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't set buy limits or sell limits either. It's 100% risk. Let's see here. I'm trying. Okay, so I'm gonna get on New Zealand, yeah, NZDUSD here, and I'm gonna show you. What time frame I look at and what to look for. So that way you guys do not get confused. So we're on the 4-hour here, okay? You can see how much it spiked up, right? Well, we just go back to the 1 minute. Where is this spike? Okay, so there's a spike here. Hope you guys can see this. Can you guys see the chart? All right, so you can see how much it spiked up and it kept going. There was five news releases, but 2 of them were red news: the unemployment and the employment. So they were both better than expected. And oh shoot, whoops, sorry, I did not mean to show the YouTube chat. I'm sorry about that. And so come on, Jesus. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Bear with me here. What the hell? Come on. Okay, let's get this. All right, so, whoa. That was not good. Okay, get back. Come on, dude. I freaking hate this thing. Jeez, what is going on? I'm about to kill. This thing's about to get. Hang on, guys. This stupid thing. Nope. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Jesus. So hang on, guys. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Come on. Get out of the way. All right. On the 1 minute chart, always look at the 1 minute chart. Write that down. Those of you that are taking notes. I don't know how else people trade red news. I always trade before the news. I never ever try and trade on the retracements after the spike. I never ever try to trade on the retracements. I always trade before the news hits. Ever since I lost my Trader's Way $26,000 account, I've been looking at every single red news, and I've been following the red news, whether it's a speech, whether it's a monetary policy statement, whether Trump is speaking, whether the Fed is speaking, whether they got an interest rate decision, whether they're releasing CPI, PPI, whatever, any manufacturing data, economic data, doesn't matter, non-farm payroll. I always pay attention to any red news as much as possible, because if you just did exactly what I did with New Zealand, and you just did one standard lot, you made over $400 or $500 in profit on that one spike, and you'd be good for the rest of the week. You don't have to be trading anymore. If you're shooting for 500 a week and you did one standard lot and caught that one spike on New Zealand for today, you're good for the week. You don't have to try and keep catching small profits for the rest of the week here, you know. But that comes back with discipline. So this 1 minute chart here, you can see. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Can I zoom in? You can see this little red candle going down. Okay. This little red candle is telling me that I'm gonna buy it. And you can see, you can say build support, but obviously you don't see support, because the moment it counts down, how I do it is you get my FX book economic calendar. My FX book economic calendar counts by, here, I'll show you my FX book calendar. You can see that it's counting every minute, every hour. Okay, it's going down by the minutes, right? Eventually, when it hits 1 minute, it's going to turn into 59 seconds and start counting down all the way to 1 second. You don't want to wait till 1 second to make that decision. It spikes up before the 1 second mark. So the only way you can anticipate this, if you look at the candles, I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. You have to look at the candles. If you don't look at the candles, then I don't know what indicator you can base it off of. I tried looking at RSI. I tried looking at MACD. I tried looking at the oscillator. I tried looking at, I tried looking at every other indicator that could possibly tell me if it was a buy or a sell on the spike. The best indication is the last candle on the 1 minute chart. The last candle pushed down, and then all of a sudden it shot right up, and it just kept going up, kept going up. That last candle should already determine the opposite direction. I don't know how to explain it, but it usually 90% of the time it goes the opposite way. I can't stress that enough. It goes the opposite way. For those of you that actually looked at red news or been trading red news, you should see the amount of impact and the opposite direction that it takes course versus going along with the same direction. very rarely it ever goes the same direction. Okay, very rarely it does. There's that one time or two times out of the week it'll end up going the same direction where the candle's going. But other than that, most of the time it ends up reversing course and it ends up creating a trend reversal. And so that's why it's very crucial, starting from Wednesday tomorrow is going to be a very important day. That's going to highlight for Thursday and Friday. Okay. People are going to start looking at the ADP employment jobs to see if it's worth buying or selling for non-farm payroll. The ADP employment kind of tells you, it doesn't give you a full signal to let you know if it's a sell or a buy, but it shows you where non-farm payroll should be. So if you follow that much on the economy and the economic data releases and the economic calendar, then you should know exactly how much it impacts the U.S. economy, especially when during New York sessions. So back to trading high red news, you go back to the 1 minute chart, and you always look at this last candle. I don't know what it is, but the last candle predicts the opposite direction. And so I hope that helps you guys out. And there are going to be some crazy news for New York sessions for tomorrow. So I'm expecting good news for the ADP employment, and then I'm expecting bad news for the FOMC statement tomorrow. So that is just my prediction. You guys don't have to follow me on that, but that's just the way I'm predicting it. So I hope what I said was more clear, was more clarified, and more a little bit more easier to understand. And so if not, I'll try and be a little bit more specific on this chart here. Where's my thing at? Oh shoot. Darn it. Hang on. I know you guys had some questions. Hang on. It's this YouTube thing. All right. So what's up? What's going on? Check out for. All right. Yeah. You have to understand that there's going to be a lot of volatility within the 1 minute chart. And like I said, you have to test it for yourself. I don't recommend any one of you to just do exactly what I'm doing. Okay. And you have to test it for yourself so you can experience when trading before the news hits. That's the only way I can say. I've been testing this ever since March. Ever since March 3rd, I lost my $26,000 account with Traders Way. So how long is that now? It should be, so November is tomorrow, so March, April, May, June, July, September, 6 months. 6 months. So I've been paying attention to every single red news for 6 months now. And like I said, I'm not a full-time trader. I'm just part-time, a full-time college student. I stay home with the kids, and I try to live stream as much as I can, and on my balance today. Here. Higher than yesterday, I'll tell you that. So let's see here. So basically, I put 560 into LQDFX and I lost the 400, went down to like 130 because of the internet service provider went out last week. So tomorrow would be 1 week exact that I've been with LQDFX. What's a good site for red news? I use MyFXBook calendar because only for red news though on MyFXBook. For MyFXBook calendar, the economic calendar is the only one. It's the only one that counts by the seconds. If you're gonna trade red news, you don't wait till the last. You don't wait. I don't ever wait till the last. At least the last 10 seconds to make that decision, because within 5 seconds, within three to when it counts down to like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like just when it hits like the 4, 3, 2 second mark, it ends up spiking up or down. And so that's just the way I seen it on the chart. And I know some people say there's an app that tells you, or there's a website you can go off of, but I mean, that's just the way I've been utilizing it, and I've been doing it for the past 6 months. And so there will be a spike. I'm expecting good news for the ADP employment because it's red news at 7:15 in the morning, which is Central Time for me. Okay, so it'll be 8:15 Eastern Time for you if you're in New York. I'm expecting the ADP to be good, but then I'm expecting the FOMC to be bad tomorrow, and that's going to be more pips to catch versus the ADP employment. And so anything that deals with the Fed, it is so volatile, and so that's a lot of money to be made of tomorrow, or a lot of money you can lose too tomorrow. So what is my strategy on that? How I look at it is, since the US dollar is gaining momentum tonight, I'm expecting the US dollar to fall when the Fed is speaking tomorrow. Not when the job is reporting, not the job reports, but when the Fed is speaking. Everything that I've been learning so far, there's a pattern. There's a pattern in every session. Every session is 8 hours. The first couple of hours are the most volatile times. And then when they try, and if there's an overlap, then it becomes more volatile. Let's say this. Every session is 8 hours. Projecting, you always want to pre-analyze and predetermine your charts and your currency pairs an hour before the session opens, whether it's Tokyo, New York, or London. You want to make sure if you're going to keep following the trend, or if you think there's going to be a trend reversal because of high impact news, then you got to be ready to reverse your trades. If not, then you're going to expect to lose a lot of money, what you just made up for the rest of it, for that day. Oh man, what else? What else? Okay, yeah, back to the pattern thing. If it's good in the morning, I don't know how to explain this, but if it's here, last Friday, for those of you that were watching me live on Friday, and then I stopped because of I wanted to go back and sleep, but I still stayed up. Last Friday was the what was last Friday? Dang it, I gotta go back. Last Friday was, oh man, they won't let me go back on Friday. Go back. Last Friday, come on. Okay, whatever. Okay, that's fine. Last Friday was, okay, Last Friday was CPI. I think it was CPI manufacturing data. It was good news. It was better than expected, right? And I'm not going to mention anyone, but the people that kept swinging the buy positions on the U.S. dollar pairs lost money when the Michigan sentiment index was bad. But during the Michigan sentiment index, Trump said something stupid. I don't know what he said, but he said something about the tax reform and it ended up shouting back down with the Michigan sentiment index that was bad anyways. So that was two red news, one at 7:30 and one at 9. You don't ever want to swing your trade positions on Friday. Friday is, it can go up and down, up and down, up and down nonstop. You just want to take profit on those spikes and then be good for the day. Okay, so back to this pattern here. I don't know what it is, but if for some reason the news comes out for in the morning for US is good, it ends up being bad in the afternoon if there's red news. Like, this is something you should start catching on if you trade red news, or if you actually do trade news. This is something you should just start catching on. I started seeing this in the summertime. Like, it would be really, it would be USD JPY would be uptrending because the morning news or the morning news releases, economic releases, was awesome. It was better than expected. And then I swung it all the way until I think Yellen was speaking. Whatever Yellen said, she didn't say anything good. So her dovish tone, whatever, sent USD JPY all the way back down. Next week, I noticed the same thing. Next week, I started noticing the same thing. And I'm like, okay, well, if it goes up in the morning, then it's dropping back in the afternoon. I mean, if you're not seeing this, you should start looking at it. And the more you pay attention to it, you'll see there's a pattern in trading. There is really a pattern in trading. I don't know how to explain it, but there is a pattern. There's much more other stuff that I can talk about, but that's still with the Forbes education course that I'm working on. And I'm giving a lot of, like I said, I'm giving a lot of knowledge out here. And if you, like I said, if you don't believe what I'm saying, look at tomorrow, okay? Look at tomorrow. If the data report is good, which I'm expecting it to be good, it's going to drop for the FOMC. I don't know what it is, but that's the way I've been noticing it. And so I'm not saying my predictions are 100% correct, but that's the way I see it. And plus, I plan on selling for non-farm payroll. So I'm planning on selling US dollar for non-farm payroll. I mean, it's in any trading that you do, look at your sessions, look at the pairs that you trade off of, and you should know what your favorite currency pairs are that you want to trade, not just jumping in on different cross pairs and different other pairs and hoping to make it big. NFP is this Friday. NFP is always the first week of the month, the first Friday of the month. So if you do not know that, you should look into the economic calendar. Yeah, you should look at the economic calendar. If you trade news, you should already know that it's always the Friday of the first of the month. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, but that's how they do it. So, I mean, the reason why it's so volatile this week is the last week of October, and then it turns into November, and then November 1st. I don't know what it is, but every first of the month, it can be pretty crazy too. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but that's my prediction. That is my prediction for what's going on tonight and for tomorrow. So I don't expect any one of you guys to follow me on what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not here to give out signals or anything, but I'm just predicting what I think for myself. And so I mean, um, I hope that was some pretty good knowledge for you guys. Uh, like I said, I don't do any personal one-on-ones anymore because people have been abusing my time and been wasting my time. So there's a reason why I'm focusing on getting this website up and running. And once you pay for the subscription service, you will have full access to me. You can call me, you can email me. We can have unlimited one-on-one sessions if you want. If that's the way you want to talk every day with me, that's fine. I just gotta make some time for it, and I'll be able to. I'm gonna try and integrate everything to the website once I get up and running. Hopefully next month, but depends on the prototype that I see. iOS, isn't that Apple software? Yeah, yeah. Once I get the website up and running, you become a subscription member. You'll have full access to everything I do. Everything. You can call me, text me, email me. If you want to have a one-on-one session every day with me, you can. It's unlimited. I'm trying to put unlimited resources, and then I'm going to have the PDF files. I'm going to update new videos. I'll put some other stuff there too. So how much is the service? Somewhere around 30, 40 bucks a month. I'm not trying to charge you guys an arm and leg for it. Somewhere around there, 30, 40 bucks a month. Full access to me. You can call me, text me. Just be courteous because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a bunch of other people trying to get a hold of me, and like I said, I'm not full time. So if I was full time, I don't care who calls me. I don't care what time you call me. I don't care when you text me. I don't care. But texting would be easier, and I'll be able to put a live chat group in there and integrate a live video feed as well. And so integrate my MT4 platform so you guys can see my live trades. And yeah, unlimited resources. I want to upgrade all the PDF files, all the Word documents, all the PowerPoints that I've been working on for the past summer until now. And so I want you guys to see exactly the way I do it. And so you guys are going to see a lot of things from behind the scenes. Just because I do YouTube, that doesn't mean that's all I do. So there's a bunch of stuff. I do not have my top 10 people. I'm gonna be honest right now. I do not have my top 10 people. Right now, it's pretty hard to find my top 10 people. Some of the people that I thought that would be with me are gone. And so it is what it is. And so with you being the top 10, you are going to be one of the administrators. You don't have to pay for the monthly subscription service because I want to make sure that you're up to speed and up to date with everything that I do. Every single, well, not every single day, but but from Monday through Friday. And so those top 10 people don't have to pay for the service. I would say that right now. You will pay $200 a month. But I'll be honest. I'm not charging, and I'm not charging a substantial amount. I just want to make it sure it's affordable for every one of you guys. And next year, or hopefully at the end of the year, I can have the nonprofit set up. Because once you pass the course, then I want to start funding your live account. And so this is serious stuff, very serious stuff. I want to fund people's live accounts instead of just doing this little Bitcoin thing giveaway. Okay. But it's going to require, everyone's, support, and, and need to build a stronger and a bigger community as well. And so I need a lot of people are trying to help me attract more customers and do more marketing. So There's a lot of stuff that I have to look at. And so, yeah, I mean, if you can't afford 30 bucks, 40 bucks a month, I mean, if you can't make 30, 40 bucks in 1 month trading profit, and I mean, yeah, gaining profit, I don't know. I really don't know what to say. So no, I do not have the website up. It is still in development stage. It is still in prototype stage. I haven't even got a chance to take a look at it because my guy's so busy. I don't even know how far he's into it yet. So he's actually doing it for free, and I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting him to do it for free because he's a busy guy as himself, but he's an IT professional and he's willing to do it for me. So really appreciate him for his support, and I can't wait to see it. And once it's done, I'm going to integrate the server. I'm going to integrate the MT4 platform and all this other stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that I'm putting into the behind the scenes here. So it's a bunch of stuff, really a bunch of stuff. And I want to make it affordable. I really want to make it affordable. And next year, hopefully, that we can have everything all built in, so I can start funding people's live accounts after passing the Forex education course. And then hopefully, sometime next year in the summer or in the spring, I can put a demo contest. So whoever hits, a certain amount in the demo contest hits first, second, or third place, whatever. I want to start doing that too. So there's a bunch of stuff that I've been thinking about, and there's a bunch of stuff that I want to get done for next year. The course, it depends how fast you learn it. It depends how fast you learn the course. That's it. There is no time limit. If you can do it 1 day, and you show me that you can do it in 1 day, then, I mean, I'll let you know if you pass. So, oh man, it's crazy. Yeah. Oh man. I don't know what else. Oh shoot. I didn't know it was this time. I gotta get going. I didn't realize the time already. Sorry. Um, the course is not available to anyone unless you become a subscription member, but you can't be a subscription member because I don't have the website up and running yet. And so I don't have, once the website is up, then I have to start integrating a bunch of other software in there and the server. So there's a bunch of other stuff that I still have to do behind the scenes before I can let this go public. It's not fully up yet, and it's still in development stage. So I want you guys to understand that. So it's going to be a lot of heavy stuff on me, and a lot of people have been asking about it, but it's not as fast as it's going to be. Okay, it's not going to be up and running yet. So I don't want you guys to be like, oh, well, Koo said that's going to be up by next week, but I don't see it, so I don't know. No, it's not up yet. Okay. Yeah, I gotta get going. I didn't realize I gotta get going here. I'm supposed to be going back to my in-laws here. So, I don't know what you guys are trying to find here. Someone's promoting something on here. Oh, I guess. Well, that's right. Anyway, I gotta get going. I'm not live streaming tomorrow. I got classes all day and night, and I start night classes tomorrow and Thursday night. So obviously there's no live streaming tomorrow. Probably not at all. If you are on the Telegram chat group or on the Google Hangout chat group, I will try and send out my alerts and what my final predictions are before I go to class. So yeah, if you do want to be on the Telegram chat group, I mean, I'll just do this. Please don't be messing around in the Telegram chat group. I had a long talk with some of the people, so don't be messing around. But that is the Telegram chat group. So other than that, I will For those of you that are on the chat group, I will send you my final predictions for tomorrow morning before I go to class in the morning for what I anticipate. But like I said, I anticipate to sell for the FOMC tomorrow. And so, dude, you know how many people I blocked from this live, from every single live stream? It's usually at least 3 to 4 people on every live stream, man. It's nonstop. It's all right. It's all right. It is what it is. You're gonna have people like that. You know, just remember you can't please everyone, and you always gonna. Just remember this: the more people that hate on you, the more you know, the more awards you get. That's the way That's the easiest way I can say it. So, yeah, like I said, here, I'll post it one more time. Telegram chat group, if you want to be a part of it. I will post my final predictions for tomorrow morning for those of you that are on the Hangout group. And read the video description. My email is on the video description if you have something specific that you want to ask me. If it's a personal one-on-one session, I'm not doing it no more because of what happened. So other than that, I wish you guys the best of luck trading for tonight. And yeah, hit me up if there's anything that you don't understand or something that wasn't specific in what I said here tonight. So go to sleep. I will go to sleep. I'm not going to sleep. I have to go. I have to get going with the kids here and the wife. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next. No, it won't be tomorrow. It'll be Thursday. So if not, Wednesday at midnight if I get off class. I get off class late. So other than that, that's pretty much it.